This short video is going to show you how to change the banner image on your new home page and also how to change these default virtual table of content images. Alright, so to change the banner, very easy. You put your mouse cursor on the banner and you see these three little dots. You click on the dots, you say change image, and then you basically can just search. So if this is a weather course, I'll put in weather and hit search. And I can change whatever I want here. Maybe I'll go with lightning. So I'll say use this image, and now we have lightning up there. So that's pretty easy to do. So just basically do a search for your course and you can come up with a nice little image there. Then down here, these tutorials and how-tos. For example, I want to change this sort of Smoky Mountains looking image into something that relates to tutorials. So I click on tutorials and how-tos. Now I have to go back over here, make sure you're at the top level of your module, not in a file. So I click tutorials and how-tos. I am going to click add a description. So when I click add a description, this is kind of similar to what you had in Blackboard as far as content. I'm going to click on insert image. I'm going to go to my computer. Oh, that's right, I have to go and find one first. So I go to Google and I look up tutorials, then I click images, and suppose I like this one. Now make sure there's no copyright issues on this, that this is you're able to use this. Generally the rule of thumb for educators is that if you are using this for educational purposes and it doesn't strictly tell you you can't use it, then you have free license to use it as long as you're not making any money from it. So I'm going to right click and do save image as. So now I have tutorials.png. Brightspace recommends PNG, which is called a PNG, as the best file type for these types of things. So then I'm going to go back in here. I'm going to click Insert Image, go to my computer. I'm going to click Upload, and I will go to my Downloads folder, which is the default when you load an image on the web. Click on Tutorials, hit Add, and now because this really isn't anything that is useful for screen readers, I will hit this image is decorative, but you could put alt text in here for, you know, tutorials or whatnot. Okay, maybe I will just to show you how it works. Tutorials. Okay, I'll say create a new file, update, and there it is. So if I go back to my course home, now you will see, boom, I have tutorials there, which looks a lot better than this Smoky Mountain thing. Now suppose I have an image that isn't sort of this rectangle. So Brightspace says that 754 by 400 pixels is sort of the recommended size for these types of images and banners. So basically it's like a 2-to-1 ratio. So a rectangular image is always going to work much better than a square image. But let's see what happens if I were to have a square image. So you'll see in my download folders here, downloads, that I have a miscellaneous file, and you can see that the miscellaneous file is square, right? So I really want this to be more of a rectangle. So what I have to do is I have to go into a program that is going to be able to resize that and also save it in the file type that I want. So we all have Microsoft Paint. It's not the most sophisticated program, but because we all have it, we might as well use it. Windows Accessories, Paint, right? So if you have any kind of, you know, like Photoshop or anything like that, any kind of image software, it's usually better than this, but this works. File open, I'm going to pick on my miscellaneous, and then I'm going to basically just change the image. And let's say I want it to look more rectangular. I might do something like that. Maybe I'll even make it look a little more rectangular. Something like that. I'm going to crop, okay, and now I'm going to hit File, Save As, and save it as a PNG, and we'll call it miscellaneous-1. Okay, so we'll go back to Brightspace. I'm going to go to Other Stuff. I'm going to go to the top Other Stuff here. I'm going to add a description. I'm going to put my new image in there. upload a miscellaneous one, add, I'll do decorative this time, update, and now when I go back to course home, it looks a lot better, miscellaneous stuff. So you can play around with that. So I found that when I was designing my course, some of the images that I downloaded were a bit more on the square side instead of rectangular. And so I had to play around with Microsoft Paint and keep resizing it and doing things like that. But that's basically how you change your banner and your visual table of contents. It's pretty simple.